In the summer of 2019, my friend and I went on an epic road trip down the eastern seaboard of the US. We did a ton of stuff, including eating breakfast in New Jersey. Highly recommended, by the way. And we saw the Paranormal Museum in North Carolina, where we saw like Bigfoot castings and haunted dolls and stuff like that. We went to south of the border, which is the US-Mexican border, but in the Carolinas, sort of. And we also saw a weird place called the UFO Welcome Center. Check it out. But this was all on the way to our final destination, which was the Space Coast of Florida. So if any of that journey sounds interesting to you, I recommend you check out part 1 of this video. Join me on JJJinks Truck Stop Road Trip, Part 2. The destination. Well, let me show you specifically where I'm going. The Space Coast is kind of centered around Cocoa Beach, which is this tiny strip of an island sticking out in the Atlantic. And this is pretty much it. That's where I grew up. That's where all my best friends are. It's a pretty nice place to visit. And this is where the activities will begin. Welcome to Cocoa Beach. We're going to start off by checking out this spot called the Dinosaur Store and Museum, which is right up there by Ron John's Surf Shop, and you see the Cocoa Beach Causeway, State Road 520, heading off to the west into no man's land. So this place has been around for a very long time. This is their second location. The first one was quite a bit smaller, and I've actually never been in here, but I figured it would be fun to check out. Let's go see. There's shells you can purchase. That's a tiny little bison. Yeah, the whole. Look at that guy. Next up, I thought it would be fun to check out this place that I haven't been to since I was a kid. We're going to kick out west from 520 and stop up here by the mouth of the St. Johns River. And you see all those squiggly blue lines up there, just above that destination circle? That is where you'll find the Lone Cabbage Fish Camp. It's a restaurant, it's a bar, and you can go on boat rides to see the alligators. It's also got this thing in the bar, which is, nightmare fuel. Anyway, let's go look at some alligators.
flash on a flash.
No.
Heading back east from there, we're going to take I-95 down to Melbourne. There's a Melbourne in Florida. It's not Australia. And we're going to stop at a place called Renning. You got to be careful how you pronounce this. It's a big-ass flea market that just kind of goes for miles and miles. And we're going to look at all kinds of stuff, including lots of knives. Let's go. Welcome to Renning. Yeah, here we are. Did I mention it's trashy as hell? I mean, it is a Florida flea market. But here you can get beer and food, and they have like some old restaurant booths and stuff around. You saw tons of sunglasses. I mean, it is Florida. There's a fan that doesn't work. Yeah, it was hot as hell. Sketchy ATM, so you can get your money stolen from you. This is pretty neat. Bunch of humidors and cigars. There's a triceratops, a big boat with a thinking man statue, and a giant cock, and a man with a blue cone on his head, and these little statues. Yeah, the randomness of this place is just, mind-boggling. I mean, what is that? That's like a sculpture from that Dietz made in Beetlejuice. And there's like some mannequins on the ceilings. Like if you're not mentally prepared for just all kinds of shapes, colors, and like things, I mean, you're just hit with so much, I guess is what I'm getting at. And if you've ever wanted to own your own dragon statue, you can buy one here. The thing is bloody massive. And there's like dunce cap kid, I don't know. Oh, here's a bunch of weird crap, some airsoft pistols, just piles and piles of them. And then over here we've got just random hardware and like ashtray stuff. And down here we have clothes, like really gaudy, awful clothing. Ooh, risque. You have tons of opportunities to steal valor, and you can do it with sequins. Oh yeah, you got the Trump hats, of course. All kinds of hats for freaking days. Oh, you got some booty hats there, that's pretty cool. And then cutting boards, whatever. Look at these lamps. Who would get these lamps? This guy. Oh boy. Yeah, so there's like a lot of old, not really, ooh, hello, antiques, but just like trashy antiques, and lots of random giant dinosaurs. Here's some knives. Kind of cheap, shitty looking like novelty knives, and then like weird, I don't know what that is, a Crusader knife or something. Hot Wheels, tons of Hot Wheels cars. I thought that was pretty cool. And there's an old retro radio. More Hot Wheels. I used to have Hot Wheels when I was a kid. I remember playing with those. I don't know what that is. Now this caught my eye. This was kind of interesting. Some old electronics, some random like oscillators or something. And then this is like a cathode tester. Really old school stuff. I kind of like the way that it's kind of in its own case and stuff. Oh, best movie ever made on VHS. Hands down. Congo. Wandering over here, we just have bins of stuff. Oh god, that was a filthy thing. Oh no, what's a old bucket? God. It's a flea market. Some fragrances. I'm into fragrances. These are just some old, like, gaudy looking bottles. Who knows what's in them. Like an old pinup girl. Oh, Steins. Tons of Steins here. They were way overpriced. I'm not really into Steins though. But hey, if you are, that's my place to go to get them. Bunch of little statuettes and plates and things and animals. And more of the same. Holy crap. Here's a display case full of old games. Game Boy games. There's Jurassic Park. We had some like old DS units, SNES games, all kinds of stuff here. This was a cool place to check out. You got Game Boy Advance games, DS games, Xbox, PlayStation. They had everything. It was... I would have bought some, but I mean, I didn't really have time to go through it all. I mean, you can see how much there is. Pretty neat booth though. I liked this area. Coming over here, we have something that's really bad. It's so bad. It's the Power Glove. I would have bought this, but they wanted way too much for it, like $120 or some shit. And here we have a whole bunch of little figurines, really random, but displayed nicely. I knocked this thing over, whatever that is. Just toys, old Barbie dolls. I don't know, maybe you can dig around in them and find something valuable. I don't really know enough about that kind of thing. It's just really random. Everything about this place is just random. And over here we have Garfield and glass things. Santa and a weird paintball gun called Triumph XL. I've never heard of that. Goes with Santa, I guess. Here we have trading cards, baseball cards and stuff. Over here we have books, tons of books, just millions of them, and comics. Check it out. We got Jenny Sparks and Justice League. More Justice League. Yeah. Level 3 backpacks. Gotta get one of those. Over here we have some incense burners. Now these are pretty cool. These are like the incense burners, but they're also like lit up. So it's like a little display of cool stuff. Oh my goodness. All these sequins hats. Tons of Trump shit. Yeah, it's the Deep South. What do you expect? Sporting goods. We got old baseballs, baseball bats, and coming around the corner here, tons of golf clubs. A lot of old people die here, so this is where it all goes, I guess. More golf clubs. And then over here we have like war memorabilia, like medals, just bins and bins full of medals. There's like name tags, more military stuff, bags, helmets. I mean, talk about stealing valor. I mean, you can dress up as a straight up Vietnam like warrior and like you just came out of the fucking valley, you know. The A Shaw. Yeah, they got everything for all kinds of environments and pots and pans. Here we got some bar stuff. There's like a bush light. You say, oh my goodness, that is a mariachi man from hell. What the hell am I looking at? Right next to an Elvis statue. And then there's this thing. Jesus, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. There's another. That's one of those things you put on your wall to hang up your extension cords on. And then here we have some glass bottles and a globe and a blunderbuss? Whatever. A crate full of glass bottles, old advertisements. Oh, that's smart. Look at the street sign there, yep. There's Freddy. What else we got? A shark. Nautical things. Oh, tikis. Yeah, these are cool. That's like a Florida thing. And we'll just ignore that. And here's a marlin. I'm not sure if that's real. I mean, doesn't really matter. And more of those old school signs and advertisements. It's not like original stuff. That's just the cheap tin shit that you find anywhere. This was pretty cool, I thought. It's like a sculpture of a space shuttle, like, launching. Oh, and here we have some Desert Storm trading cards. Don't leave home without those. I really wish I'd bought some of those. And if you ever need a car logo, placard thing, whatever you call it, it'll go well with your Ku Klux Klan sign, that's for sure. And these are those bar tap things that you can get for your basement. I guess these are from bars that went out of business? I don't know. They got pretty much fucking everything though. Jeez. And then Trailer Vision with Kylo. I don't know. Moving along, we got this funky looking statue. And they tell you, oh man, this thing is heavy. Well, it looks heavy. A couple of creepy haunted dolls. Oh, these little sculpture things are pretty cool. I like these. Like lighthouses and stuff. Yeah, those are neat. I like models in general. So like, if you imagine playing Hero Clicks or something with these, right? Bunch of old furniture. Now this was funny, I thought. There's like headphones on a guy with no neck. Mannequin. Now this is one of those like display cases for Legos that you see in like Walmart and Target and stuff. How do these people get their hands on it? It's pretty cool though. I like it. And we got some old, oh my goodness. That is a giant Zippo and then that thing. I'm scared. Oh, a couple of knives. There's a trench knife, a gun knife. What the hell? How much is this thing? They want like $40 for it. And we got some more steins, glass bottles, more glass things. Now this caught my eye. These are massive bags of just random Legos. If I was a kid, I would love the hell out of this. I loved Legos. I would want every bag. Alright, over here we have more glass things. I don't know what these are. Paperweights? I have no idea, but there's a lot of them. Some old ammo cans. Oh, these are pretty cool. Model ships. Alright. A whale thing. And an Oscar Mayer mobile for your child. This giant Nautilus thing. Some old toys and stuff. And the Hobbit and Cricket. And a Minecraft thing. Another Kylo Ren. We saw King Kong up there. And now we have some knives. Very child-friendly. Oh, old Cracker Jack box. An old school 70s ashtray. And that thing. Check this out. A bin full of shit knives. This is my bread and butter. Oh, there you go. There's the Frost Cutlery Eagle Eye. And up here you got, I don't know who that is. That's a hawkbill knife. None of these are any good. They're all trashed. And even when they were new, they weren't good. Yeah, these novelty knives that are no good. That's a Walmart knife right there on the bottom right. Never seen that one before, but they have multiple bins of these. I was looking for something nice, like maybe there'd be a hidden Kershaw or even maybe a CRKT or something, but well, I found this old camp knife. Those are very popular, but that thing was in such terrible condition. Now here we have some newer knives. They're not good knives. This is all stuff you can find on Bud K. Or other sites like that. It's small ninja shit. I like it. I actually have some of these. But they were charging a lot of money for them. Like, I have that one, and they wanted like $15 for it. I think I got it for like $4. And moving over here, they got throwing knives and some just really strange novelty knives. These are like these double-bladed, like Batman style knives. And over here, you got some large knives. I don't even know. There's like a zombie knife. Oh, this one's an ulu. That's an Alaskan native knife. How about that? And there's some blowguns. Alright. More trench knives and there's like a freaking Crusader sword. Cool stuff. Oh, kukri. That's Persian, I believe. Oh, anyway, I didn't buy any of that because it was all garbage, but speaking of garbage, we go to the $1 store section Oh, so much random stuff. I'm just gonna walk by. There's like these jars of wax, and I guess for like your chapped lips or whatever. Zip ties of all shapes, sizes, and colors. Whoa, these are giant zip ties, industrial grade. Fake candles, pulleys, and electronic stuff. Well, electrical stuff really. More level 3 backpacks and ammo cans. What else we got? Wooden swords. Yeah. Hardware. And all these, look at all these bins of stuff. Oh, you can get a pipe for $1.50. It's got arsenic, I'm sure. LED signs. Welder's masks. I would not trust that. $1 welder's mask. Or a hard hat for that matter. Then we got some crowbars and excuse me. Here's like an orange mallet. More mallets, hammers. Oh, and then right with the hardware we have weird hats and funnels. Nice. And over here we have Wolfman thing. And moving right along, we got some just... this is all stuff on the wall. It's so random. I love it. Soldier Combat Force. Except this guy, I think, is a prisoner. Anyway. And then over here, we have... what do we have? Ah, there it is. China knife. $5.99. I definitely bought one of those. I used it too. Anyway, there's some more knives, and then we get into like pistol, crossbow, regular crossbow, some video game knockoff things, airsoft pistols. I forgot about that. And then there's this little like store thing, Airsoft Avenue. So they have just tons of like airsoft guns, obviously, and some knives too. Now a lot of these were clones of. I recognized a lot of the Microtech OTF knives that you can get from China for like $20, whereas the real deal costs you like a few hundred. And there was a lady in there talking to someone, so I didn't bother them. This is a booth that is entirely dedicated to alpacas. That is all I have to say. These are pretty cool. These are pictures that have like light up elements to them. So you saw like a sunset and a cabin, and I thought that was pretty cool. I'll get something like that. Yeah. Well, I think I've had my fill of this flea market. Thank you for coming with me to Florida. We had a great time, didn't we? This has been JJJinks Truck Stop Road Trip! The end of part 2. That's right, there will be a third installment. Stay tuned.